Today's a little different episode. I got inspired by reading a children's book. And I often get inspired by children's books or watching some of these movies because they are really amazing in terms of bringing us to our true essence. And there's like a learning, there's like a lesson to be learned, and then we go from there. And this book is so cool. I love this book, and I'm going to be sharing more about this in this episode and how you can apply this to your own life, in our adult life. So stay tuned. Hello, visionaries. Welcome to Create Your Vibrant Life podcast, where you can create the life you desire by tapping into your inner wisdom. I'm your host, Padma Ali. I'm widely known in the field of psychology to create long-lasting transformation. And now I'm here to help you create the life you desire using a combination of neuropsychology and ancient healing practices. This podcast is for you, evolved, overachieving leader who's ready to unlock your highest potential. I'm here to guide you through a process of self-discovery to be the creator of your destiny. And you can do all of that by just taking aligned actions, tapping into the power of your brain, your inner wisdom, and ancient practices. So stay tuned, folks. I am so delighted you are here. Hello, visionaries. Welcome to episode number 65 of the Create Your Vibrant Life podcast. This is Padma Ali. So today's episode, I am bringing in a children's book that I read to my kids pretty often. I bought this for them, I think around 2 years ago when we went to some kind of a camp. And the book is called Unstoppable Me. It's by Dr. Dyer. If you are into personal growth and development, I'm sure you've heard of Dr. Dyer. He is no longer on this planet, but his books are very inspiring, very, very uplifting. And I never knew he wrote books for children till I came across this one. And what it says is 10 ways to soar through life. Unstoppable Me. So it has 10 points of how you can soar through life. And I wanted to, as I was reading this to my daughter last night, I thought of taking each of those 10 points and seeing how we can apply this to our own life. It's so powerful when you can apply some of these very, very amazing basic principles. And I love this. So if you are ready to go on a ride with me, and if you're not driving or doing something, please take a pen and paper and write down these 10 points as I go through them. I think you'll find it very valuable. And what I'm going to be doing is reading each of those points, and then we can have a short discussion about that point and how you can apply it to your own life. So the number one point is, you are great no matter what. You are great no matter what. So it goes on to say, you are worthwhile simply because you are alive. Never forget this, and you are sure to thrive. Learn from your mistakes, and you'll get stronger as you grow. Believe you'll succeed, and then make it so. If you value yourself and all that you are, you will be unstoppable, the next superstar. So to me, my goodness, this first point itself is so packed with wisdom. Right? You're worthwhile simply because you're alive. That's what it starts with. So many of my clients, and I too have struggled in the past, of wanting to prove ourselves, like we have to do something, we have to be something for us to feel worthwhile. And it says, the first thing it says, you are worthwhile simply because you're alive. And it also says, learn from your mistakes, and you'll get stronger as you grow. Oh my goodness, if I could get a penny, if I could get money for every time my clients beat themselves up for making a mistake, I would be so darn rich right now. So it is amazing. It's amazing about how many people beat themselves up. And the pressures we put on ourselves to be perfect. And then it goes on to talk about if you value yourself and all that you are, you will be unstoppable, the next superstar. Valuing yourself. That's where the magic lies. If you heard my last episode, it was all about valuing yourself in the context of the law of reciprocity. But it starts with you. It starts with taking care of you. It starts with valuing yourself. Isn't it amazing? You're worthwhile just because you're alive. I love that. And I love that I get to read this to my 4-year-old as she's developing and becoming a young, taking in things from the environment. Because we don't need to be anything different. We just are loved because we're alive, and that's enough. All right, number 2. Persistence pays off. When there's something in your life that you want to do, once you begin, you must follow through. It's not about talent or if you are smart. It's about never quitting something you start. Don't tell yourself, I can't, or dwell on mistakes. Patience and determination are really all that it takes. Feel free to rewind and listen to these things because there is so much nugget, so much wisdom in these little sentences. What I loved about this, first of all, is that sentence, don't tell yourself I can't. I do this with my clients. I'll ask them. And I teach this to my children now because our words are so powerful. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't be able to do it. If you say you're going to do your best doing it, you will do it. You'll find a way to do it. It is really about how much your words are very powerful. I was reading research on exercise and how your mind gives up long before your body does. So if you tell yourself, I can only do 8 reps, your body can probably do 10 reps. But you already told yourself you can only do 8 reps. So your body stops at 8 reps. It's that thing. It's it's really that piece. When you tell yourself you can't, you won't be able to do it. And don't dwell on mistakes. How often? Oh my goodness. Anytime we find ourselves saying, I can't do this, it's not possible, trace it back. There's been something that's happened in the past, right? In the past, which is over. You can never bring the past back up again. In the past. That has told you that you can't. It's not true. You can absolutely do it. But you've told yourself you can't because of past experiences. So I'm inviting you to pause and take a look at something in your life that you're doing that you're saying, I can't do it. And ask yourself, where is this coming from? And then it's about persistence, right? Like doing something. If you started something, finish it. How often have you heard this phrase, 2 feet from gold? Like how often have you quit 2 feet from gold? 3 feet from gold, not 2 feet, 3 feet from gold. Like so many times we stop right when we are just about to begin. So I invite you to look at that. And it also says it's not about talent or if you're smart. It doesn't matter if you're smart or talented. It really doesn't. It's like, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you resourceful? So I invite you to really look at that. All right, the third point. Welcome the unknown. I love this. Change is a good thing. It happens every day. If you learn this when you're young, it'll help you on your way. Each day is different from the day before, and it sometimes feels scary when opening a new door. But if you don't fear change and embrace it instead, life will be an adventure. And you will look forward to what's ahead. Welcome the unknown. Change. We humans are so hardwired to resist change, even the good change. We fear change because the change feels unknown. But the only thing certain in our life is the unknown. None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow, and that's unknown. So ask yourself, where in your life are you fearful of change? Where in your life have you held yourself back because you haven't been able to see what the future holds? So many people I know, well, not so many, some of my clients that I've worked with and some people that I know, they're in pretty, not so great marriages, but they won't do anything about it. They won't make any changes because they fear the unknown. But bottom line is, even if the marriage doesn't work out, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Think about so many things in your life where it's felt scary in the moment, but you've done it anyways. Think about a time in your life where you've moved. You don't know where you're landing. You have a sense of it, but how do you really know? We don't know anything. So the sooner you embrace change, the faster you can get on with being successful, because that's what life is about. It's all about changes. I think I read somewhere that even your blood changes in your body every 24 hours or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I think I read this somewhere. So everything changes constantly. All right, number 4. You have a choice. Oh, I love this too. Rely on yourself and be true to who you are. What's unique about you is what will take you far. Don't look to others to say you're okay. You know it, so believe it. Show yourself the way. Don't blame others for the things you say or do. Every choice that you make is all up to you. You have a choice. Oh, goodness, how many times have we said, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I hear this so often. I don't have a choice. We go through life as though we don't have a choice. Every second in our day is a choice. Recording this podcast is a choice. Investing in myself is a choice. Reading this book is a choice. Everything is a choice, but we go about as though I'm also to blame sometimes. Like the other day, it was so crazy. It was just one of those crazy days where we had back-to-back things happen. And then I had to take my daughter to a circus class. And then I had to take my son to soccer. And I was just, oh my goodness. And she was tired. And actually, that's coming up in the next episode. Something happened there, which was another learning experience for me. And I'm going to share that in another episode. But it was just too much for my system. And I was finding myself getting so annoyed with my husband. Of course, take it out on the spouse, right? Like anything happens, go take it out on the spouse. I was getting so annoyed with him because it was he has a workout class at the same time, and I was finding myself blaming him. Like, oh, if only you would be, why did you choose to do this at this time? And then I was like, oh my God, I have a choice. I have a choice. I didn't need to take them. It's okay if they didn't go. It's okay that I went and I'm not feeling that great, right? I need downtime. Everything is a choice. I'm choosing overwhelm in that moment. Emotions are a choice. And I have to apply this. There are times I fall off the horse, but I've trained myself so well that I can get back on the horse and say, all right, I made a mistake. Let's move on. And this is what I'm going to do instead. So my husband and I talked and we figured out another plan so that this doesn't happen, balancing so many schedules. So whatever, right? But it could only happen when I took responsibility for my choice and my action. So I invite you to look at your own life and say, where in your life are you operating as though you don't have a choice? My mentor often says, life is choice. Not life is a choice. Life is choice. Our life itself is a choice. It's very profound. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to invite you to just ponder on that. All right, number 5, you ready? Farewell to worry. If you want to be unstoppable, there's something you must know. Worrying can bring you down and cause helpless feelings to grow. Just try to remember when stressful thoughts attack that positive actions on your part are the best way to fight back. So talk to someone if you're feeling blue. Tell them your thoughts, because sharing your burdens can help you through many of life's rough spots. So farewell to worry. You may or may not realize that worry is a habit. Worry is something we learn. We learn by watching our caregivers. We learn that as a way to control when life feels out of control. Somehow the brain has convinced you that worrying is the way to make something happen. But you and I both know deep inside that worrying solves nothing. Nothing. What does it solve? Nothing other than causing more harm in your body, doesn't it? So ask yourself, what is worry costing me? What is the cost of worrying right now? So I invite you, if you are a chronic worrier like I was, train your brain to not go down that path. Train your brain to say, I'm not available for this. Train your brain to say, I'm going to choose something else instead. Obviously he recommends talking to someone like you. For children, it's more applicable. Sometimes it's just about moving your attention away from the worry. What if negative to what if positive? What if you can flip that, right? All right, number 6. Peace begins with you. If you want peace inside your heart, don't let anger in. It's just a feeling after all. It doesn't have to win. When you're mad and let it change the things you say and do, not only do you hurt yourself, but others around you too. So take your anger, let it go, and learn to rise above. Then you can create a better world, one filled with peace and love. Again, when we get angry, it's a habit. Not only that, we have learned to give our peace away to everything around us, right? So many of us, he cut me off on the road. My boss was upset with me. My children are not cooperating, right? The dishes in the sink. This is how we give our peace away. But these are external circumstances. You do not need to give away your peace to the external circumstances. Can you be peaceful now despite everything else happening? It doesn't matter what's happening around you. Find a way to be peaceful inside you, because that's the way you can create change. All right, number 7. Enjoy the here and now. Your past is now behind you, and it has taught you many things. You also have your future, and you wonder what it will bring. All these things to think about can cause your head to spin. So remember this key to happiness. Enjoy the moment that you're in. Take pleasure in the here and now. Don't always be on the run. The road you take to reach your goal should be part of the fun. We all have heard, live in the present, live in the present. The present moment is the only moment we have. But do we really, really know and apply it? Probably not. I know I don't. So if I don't, I'm sure you don't either. So I'm inviting you to really see where in the present moment are you being taken away? Are you being hijacked by other things happening? And if you think about it, it's generally about the past or the future. The past is gone. The future doesn't exist. So can you bring yourself back to the present moment? One way that I bring myself back to the present moment is to find something I'm grateful for in this moment. In this minute, what can I be grateful for? What can I focus my attention on? What can I feel? What can I really completely envelop gratitude into. And sometimes it's the water I'm drinking. It's the pen I'm writing with. Like, it's something very mundane. But when I bring in gratitude for that, everything shifts. I have to be in the present moment to feel grateful. So I invite you to do the same. I invite you to find something that you can anchor yourself into to bring yourself back into the present moment. All right, number 8, healthy me. Your body is amazing. Pay attention and you will find your body responds to what you think, what you put inside your mind. So tell yourself often, I'm healthy and I'm strong. And if you happen to get sick, know that won't be for long. Good thoughts and good humor are truly the best start for a super healthy mind, body, spirit, and heart. You know, this again goes to the power of words. How often do you find people talking about, I'm so sick, I'm so tired, I am this, I am that? Did you know that whatever follows the words I am, it's literally programming your subconscious mind? So I am is a very powerful statement. So use it wisely. Use it really wisely. You know, my mentor that I work with, the shaman, he says 90% of our words are toxic. 90%. So be very mindful of the words that you use, that you think you are using. You know, early on, I was recounting, is that the right word? The whole thing that happened with the soccer and the circus class and blah, blah, all those things. I had very toxic thoughts that day. I was using my words very unwisely. It was a lesson for me. I had to learn. And why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this because I want you to see that, first of all, I make mistakes too. I'm not anybody I'm on the same path as you. Maybe sometimes a few steps ahead and maybe not. I don't know. But the bottom line is, I'm sharing this because I'm inviting you to apply this to your life. So often we fall off the horse and then we beat ourselves up for falling off the horse. So I could have bet myself up that day saying, oh my God, I was so mean. And why am I talking like this? And why am I so annoyed and frustrated? Why am I doing those things? But I just said, okay, I realized I did it. I realized that my thoughts were toxic. So I'm getting back on the horse. It's done. I'm not available for this anymore. That's it. And that's how I get back on the horse. I'm giving you ideas of how you can do the same. All right. Number 9, creativity is the key. When it comes to your greatness, creativity is the key. Because with it, there's no limit to what you can be. Being creative can mean so many things. It's finding your own way to meet the challenges life brings. So if you have ideas for your own way to shine, just stay true to yourself and you will do just fine. Another way, instead of creativity, if it doesn't apply to you, you can say being resourceful. Being resourceful is an amazing value to have and an amazing way to live life. Because when you're resourceful, what do you think happens? We never feel trapped when we are resourceful because we will always find a way out, right? And that's what I invite you to do. Be resourceful in your life. Be creative in finding solutions. There are no roadblocks ever in life. Never are there roadblocks. There are just detours. So find the detour and get back on the road. And I invite you, anytime you feel trapped, anytime you feel like, I can't do this. Why is this happening? See if you can make that shift. Number 10, the final one. What can you give? What is a life full of meaning and purpose, one that's truly limit-free? It's when you learn to look outside yourself and not always think, what about me? It means seeing goodness and beauty everywhere you turn and taking every experience in life as a chance for you to learn. It's being at peace every day with a respect for all things that live and not wondering what you can get, but wondering what you can give. This goes back to our last episode, number 64, on the law of reciprocity, right? Giving. When you give, you have to think beyond you. And I want to go a little bit beyond that too. It says that taking every experience in life as a chance for you to learn. If you can look at any experience, anything that's happening in your life as a way for you to learn, then you are going to not feel trapped ever. It's just a learning experience. It will never be a failure. And I'm using these words deliberately. Never is deliberately used here. So you will learn to just look at any experience as, I have something to learn from this. And not feel like, oh, you made a mistake, or why is life happening to me? Why is this happening? So with that, we come to an end with our conversation about this book. So again, the name of the book is Unstoppable Me by Dr. Wayne Dyer, 10 Ways to Soar Through Life. So tag me on Instagram. Share with me your takeaways from this. Share with me what you're applying to your own life. And I also invite you, with the law of reciprocity, for you to write a review back for me on Apple Podcast. Because again, this takes, I'm creating value and expansion for you. And I'm inviting you to do something back in return for this to reach more people. This is not for me, but to really reach more people. And share this with your friends and family. Share this so they can also continue to grow and evolve. So I so appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. I have a request for you. If you found value, chances are that your friends and family will too. So if you can leave a positive review on iTunes, it will help reach so many more people. And if you have any topics or questions you would like me to feature, please send them to support@padmaali.com. And lastly, please share your takeaways and breakthroughs with me on Instagram @Padma Ali. Thank you so much for tuning in.